Alright guys, so here we are playing around with the new DJI Go app that was just released today on July 25th, 2017. It has a couple of pretty cool features that I really like, and one feature that I just found out about. It is one of those things I think was already in the previous version of the app. I just really noticed it and paid attention to it today. So we are talking about DJI Go 4 version 4.1.4. So one of the coolest things I like about it is that when you first launch the DJI Go app, if you are already connected to your remote controller or directly to your Spark, it will automatically go into the app all the way. So it won't go part way into the app and then take you into where you have to click on start flight. So that is one of the things. It takes you all the way into the app itself where you are ready to actually start flying. You know, I don't care. When I'm connected to my Spark, 99% of the time I want to fly right away. So I like that it goes directly in. So that's thumbs up to DJI. Now the next feature we're going to talk about is a feature I've been talking about for quite some time now, and that is actually the feature in regards to the gimbal. So one of the things that I've been complaining about is that when I turn this right here, the speed of that gimbal is too quick in its default setting. So when you roll that setting, it seems like in the past the gimbal just goes, which is the camera, right? Right? So it goes too fast to, under normal circumstances, to create a good looking smooth image. So what DJI has done is they've listened to us. So great job to all you guys who have also mentioned this in forums and in videos and so on. They have added in a setting. So you go into the settings, you go to gimbal. You go to the gimbal there, gimbal settings, and there is a new setting, gimbal pitch speed. Gimbal pitch speed, right there, that slider bar. And it has a value from 0 to 100. And I believe the default setting is 50. So it's right in the middle. Now I think that for most circumstances is too fast. Some circumstances maybe that's perfectly fine, but under most circumstances, default value of 50 I think is a little too fast to get nice, smooth footage where you're trying to roll that up or trying to roll that down for the camera as you're flying along, especially if you're a Neanderthal like me. You know, no offense to Neanderthals, but you know, I got big fat thumbs. I don't have an ounce of gentleness. When you crank it up to 100, that gimbal, it pops. If you change it down to 0, the gimbal actually doesn't move at all. So it locks it. I've only tried it with it being up and straight out, and it locks it there. Can't roll it at all. But a value of 1 or 5 or a very small number like that really slows down that gimbal. Really, maybe too much, too slow in most circumstances. But you know what? We got the setting. You know, maybe there's situations where, you know, it makes sense to pop that gimbal fast up and down. Most of the time in the situations that I'm flying, I think that having a slower value, like down around 25 or something like that, is going to be much better for me. Other setting I want to point out, it's something that I haven't played with before, is if you go to the remote controller settings, okay? So if you go to the remote controller settings there, go to the stick mode where you can change what the different sticks do, you know, what functions they do. There's also down at the bottom, there is a setting down at the bottom. You can see there, it says slow on one side and fast on the other. So we're going to be playing around with that. And that's a setting that was in the previous version of the DJI Go app. We're going to play around with that. I've not played around with that. And basically what that does is that very similar to what the gimbal setting does, is it actually slows down when you do the input on all the sticks. It actually changes how quickly the Spark actually responds to that. So we're going to play around with that. We're going to play around with it, but I think that I still would like a little bit more control. Dear DJI, I would like to see individual settings for each one of the different types of controls. I like being able to go forward and backwards fast. I don't like being it rolling side to side fast, or yaw side to side fast. So I would like to have a setting that allows me to be able to control the different axes, the different movements at different rates. So I would like to be able to still go forward and backwards fast, but be able to control my different settings, especially the yaw and the roll. But we're going to play with it here. I've got it all the way to the fast on that. Go to the gimbal setting, and the gimbal pitch speed we'll do around 50 because that's the default. So we're going to go ahead and launch here, take off. So we go. Okay, so we're just going to keep it kind of low, take it out a little bit. So, yep, there you go. So you can see me rolling right and left. Okay, so we'll go, so remember we're at the default settings. So we'll pitch the camera down, pitch the camera up. You see how quickly it's moving right there. We go into our gimbal settings, change the pitch speed to 0 on that. Okay, so then we're gonna roll it, but you'll see it's not moving at all. I got it full all the way and it is not moving at all. So then we'll go back into our settings, dip it down around pretty slow. Oh, it's kind of hard. So down around 3 right there, and you'll see the gimbal. So now I'm gonna roll it. It's full. I got it all the way, and you'll see that it's rolling slowly. So, and I'm rolling it back up. So 3 is super slow mode there. You see my dog out there hanging out in the shade. He's a pretty smart puppy. So, and of course, as I say that, he goes out in the sun. So let's see. So let's go and change that setting. Go to the gimbal, change the value to 100, and I'm gonna roll it down. And you'll see it just flies up and down. It's almost instantaneous up and down. So let's go back, change that, make it somewhere around 25 or so. That's 28 there, and roll it. That's still pretty quick, but you can see that there's a difference there. So that's fantastic. Thank you, DJI, for that setting. So thumbs up. The other setting we talked about is if we go to the remote controller and we adjust the speed there from slow to fast. So right now it is at fast. So we can see that when we do our roll to the right, full roll to the left, full roll to the right, we go forward, we go backwards, we go down, we go up, and I'm doing full movements on those. Yeah, you can see that it moves pretty quick there. So we'll go back into the settings, we'll go to the remote control. We're going to change that all the way to the slow setting. So now I'm still going to do full up, full down, full sides. So that's full to the right, that's full to the left. You can see a huge difference in speed. Full forward, full back, full forward, full up, full down. That still moves pretty good. Yaw to the left, yaw to the right. So the speed there is definitely a difference. One of the things that like I said, I would still like is, we'll see, so we got GPS mode on. Let's see if I'm in slowest mode for the stick. I'm going to go forward and see if it gets up to the 6 miles per hour. Nope. So it's just hanging out at 3 miles an hour. So it is not. So see, this is what I'm talking about, DJI. I would still like to be able to change the speed of different axes that the Spark can move in. So I want to be able to slow down the yaw and the roll, but I still want to be able to go fast. So I still want to be able to, in GPS mode, be able to go 6 miles an hour. So if I kick that up, go into our remote settings, go fast, close that, and then go forward there. See, we're up 6.5 miles an hour at that point. So we're getting the full GPS mode speed there. So that's what I want, is I would like to be able to go that fast. The fast setting for the forward and backwards, but a slow setting for the side to side and the different axes. So that's all I'm looking for. I think being able to control those different axes would be stellar, be fantastic, make a big difference in the capabilities of the Spark. Spark's already awesome. I've been loving it. I've got a ton of flights on it, and really enjoying it, and just looking for a few new features there. So that I think would be very easy for DJI to implement. So I'm just landing it here on my deck, and there we go. So we'll rotate this big camera here so you can see me again. And yeah, so DJI, there's other settings. I'll put a list here on the screen of the other updates that they have published. The two new updates that I'm loving are when you launch the application, if you already connected to your remote controller, your Spark, it automatically goes in to the flight mode, so you can just start flying right away. You're not in kind of that intermediate screen and have to press the start flight button to get into the flying mode. So that's great. The second is the gimbal setting mode that allows you to change the speed of the pitch. So that's another thumbs up. Great move, DJI. And then we just talked about another setting, which was there in the previous app that I didn't get a chance to play around with before, and it just controls the speed that it moves in the different axes for the forward, backwards, up, down, pitch, or sorry, yaw, and roll. So that's what we got for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was useful. Look forward to seeing you guys again on another video. Get out there, have some fun, go explore nature, explore your neighborhood, get out of your house, do something, and life will be good. Alright, hope to see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.